What's crack-a-lackin' dudes and dudettes? It's Ness. I'm really excited. I hope you guys are too. If you like the video, do the thing. We're going to talk about the super rares, secret rares, and we got to talk about the new stages. Things are just too exciting. Okay, we got Ace. And he is pretty good. Looking at his cost, so he has a red character, just like we were predicting. His cost is 7, and he's got 7,000 power, so that's pretty good right off the bat. You're coming in with a much higher power than the normal leaders have at 5,000, so that's going to be good. Then on play, up to 2 of your opponent's characters lose 3,000 power during this turn. Then, if your leader has the Whitebeard Pirates as one of its types, this character gains Rush. So, definitely helps out with the Whitebeard leader. And just even on play, dropping 2 characters by 3,000 power, really, you can time that to really mess up their, blockers or whatever they have currently on the battlefield. The other cool thing about Ace, we've already been shown the alternate art, but this one's also getting the manga treatment, and that was the rarest card in OP-01 with the manga Shanks. So I'm expecting this one to get pricey. Next up we have Sakazuki Akainu, and he is a black character, super rare, costs 6, power 7,000 also. He has got the Navy attribute, and on play you may trash 1 card from your hand, KO up to one of your opponent's cost 5 or lower characters. This really ties into everything that the black deck wants to do. You're going to get immediate KOs just from playing him. I think he's a little overcosted for only being 7,000 power, but the fact that you're killing stuff and you're killing stuff that is a much higher cost, and you really have that easy way to lower cost counts, I think it's gonna work. Next we have Borsellino Kizaru. He is another black character, cost 4, power 5,000. From the Navy, it says, on opponent's turn, this character can't be KO'd by effects, and it gains plus 1,000 power. It also has blocker, so that's pretty interesting because they can't really get rid of it. He's got blocker, he's pretty strong, and he's got counter. This is an interesting character. This could be a wall. I can see him being very useful in the black deck as a high-end blocker. Next we have Emporio Ivankov. It's a blue character, cost 7, power 7,000, impel down, revolutionary army. On play, draw cards until you have 3 cards in hand. Play up to 1 cost 6 or lower blue impel down type character card from your hand. This is interesting because the super rare Luffy that is blue will work with this, and that's pretty cool. So we can already kind of see some super rare synergy right here. The next is Kuzan Aokiji. He is another black character card for the Navy. His cost 4, power 5,000, and on play draw a card, and when attacking reduce the cost of up to one of your opponent's characters by 4 during this turn. So that's pretty good. The only downside to a lot of these cards is not many of them have rush. So now, talking about that Monkey D. Luffy that Ivankov works with, we've got him right here. So cost 6, power 7,000. Then on play, you may trash 2 cards from your hand and return up to 1 cost 4 or lower character to its owner's hand. So you can do the bounce, which can be on your side or their side. Then this character gains double attack during this turn. Dang, okay, so on play / when attacking. That's pretty crazy that you're gonna get this effect multiple times, and the double attack is just brutal. Next we have Magellan, purple character, cost 5, power 6,000, another impel down type character. On play, Dawn -1, your opponents return 1 of their Dawn on the field to their Dawn deck. That's interesting, so you can kind of bounce one of yours to bounce one of theirs. During your opponent's turn, When this character is KO'd, your opponent returns 2 of their Dawn on the field to their Dawn deck. Very interesting. Okay, so now you can start trying to slow down your opponents while also ramping with purple. That's pretty cool. Kozuki Odin is a green character, cost 8, power 8,000. Wano Country, Kozuki family. Activate main once per turn. You can spend 3 Dawn to switch this character to active. On KO, play up to 1 cost 3 green Wano Country type character card from your deck, then shuffle your deck. You could see this actually being rather effective, also doing more attacks to beef up the green deck with Kid. So that's kind of neat. People might have overlooked or not noticed that it was a super rare is the film Nami. This one's really strange because I just didn't expect it to be the super rare. I was thinking that we were going to be getting one that was like a Sanji card to match with the leader or something else. So this one really kind of came out of nowhere, and I thought it was interesting that Nami ended up being the super rare out of the film cards, not Luffy or even Sanji, because of the fact that it would kind of match up with the fact that he's a green-blue leader now. So this is a 3 cost, 5,000 power, special attribute, film, Straw Hat Crew, green, Nami. Its effect is on play, and when attacking, you can spend 1, so you may rest the specified number of Dawn, which is 1, in your cost area. Look at 3 cards from the top of your deck, reveal up to 1 film type card other than Nami, and add it to your hand. Then place the rest at the bottom of your deck in any order. I mean, it's great. You know, you spend 1 and you look at 3. Like, and you know, basically it's selective card draw. And can almost be like tutoring, as well as the art on this card is fantastic. I love the costumes. Can't wait to see Film Red. So this is such a great card. I'm really excited for this. I think this is really going to help this deck. And you're going to play 4 of it. I don't see how you don't. So this one's really cool. So the last of the super rares is Edward Newgate. He is a cost 9, power 10,000. One of the 4 Emperors and Whitebeard Pirates. All right, so the way this one's written or translated, I think there's a little bit of confusion, but I'm going to read it and then I'm going to explain what I think this means. So it says, on play, up to 1 of your leaders gains plus 2,000 until the start of your next turn. Then you cannot add cards from your life area to your hand by your effects during this turn. When attacking Dawn times 2, KO up to 1 of your opponent's characters with 3,000 or less power. So I believe on the on play, it says up to 1 of your leaders. I think it's up to 1 of your leaders or characters would be my guess, because that's the way a lot of the wording has been in this game so far. So I think you can boost a character or a leader. You would want this to go on your leader anyway, and the reason you'd want this on your leader is because it says until the start of your next turn. So you're going to get this 2,000 boost on your defending turn. So that's pretty cool. The other thing that's nice is obviously when attacking you Dawn times 2, then you can really wreck into, you can kill your opponent's blockers, because a lot of the time they don't have 3,000 or more power. And that's something where I don't believe these effects can be stopped by counters and things like that. So if you know otherwise, please let me know in the comments below. Secret rares. I really like the arts for these. They're super cool. First off, we've got Kuzan. He's back. He's in the set twice. That's really bizarre, because we've got him from him being part of the Navy to help the black deck, but then we also got this weird secret rare version that is still a black character. So it comes in at cost 10, power 10,000, former Navy, which means he's gonna still trigger all the Navy stuff, I'm guessing. And it says your turn, all of your opponent's characters lose 5 cost. And then on play, KO up to 1 of your opponent's cost 0 characters. That's pretty big. You just drop him and kill something, basically. If, you know, and if you have other characters that you've got in play that are affecting costs and things like that, then you can hit bigger stuff. But he's pretty neat. I really like the art. Kind of strange that we've got him in 2 different eras of the storyline. So, but here he is. Next up, we have Uta. She is getting a fantastic amount of love, and that's awesome. I like her character design. Purple character, cost 8, power 8,000. She's got the film attribute, and on play, Dawn -2. Your leader and all your characters gain plus 1,000 power until the start of your next turn. You know, that's a powerhouse kind of. You know, let's give myself some defense, but also let's see if you can't just wreck face here. That's great. I think that's some of the oomph you might need playing purple, depending on what your deck is. I'm not sure how strong the film deck is because I haven't played with it yet, but I'm guessing that this is stepping in to kind of help that. And maybe it even ties into the Z as a leader option. All right, so getting into stages. I really like the stages. They're super duper cool. I'm so glad that they finally made a bunch more. We've been talking about them. It was in my predictions video. And what's cool, I nailed 3 out of the 4 of these, you know, thinking they're going to happen eventually. I don't know if that's, maybe I cast my net too wide and I was just like naming all the places, but I'm pretty stoked to see these ones in here. The one that I did not get, and I just don't think there was any way I was thinking about this. I definitely missed Ivankov as a leader option. So was New Kama Land, blue stage, cost 1, impel down, activate main. You may rest this stage if your leader is Ivankov. Draw 1 card, trash 1 card from your hand, then trash up to 3 cards from your hand. So this can really help you get through your deck. Like, if you're wanting to continually be using these effects to draw cards when you don't have any cards to get the right stuff, this is great. Like, this stage is going to help you get there, because it's hard to discard cards in this game. So this is better than I think people are giving it credit for, and it's the only reason Ivankov as a leader is probably going to actually function. You need this card. Next up is Impel Down, purple stage, cost 1, Impel Down. I thought that we were going to get this stage. I didn't know we were going to get it this soon, only because of the fact that we already had a purple stage, but now we have another. So this one is activate main. You may trash 1 card from your hand and rest this stage. Look at 3 cards from the top of your deck. Reveal up to 1 Impel Down type card and add it to your hand. Then place the rest at the bottom of your deck in any order. This card is great. This card is fantastic. This card allows you to just get what you need. Like, slowly but surely, you're just milling through your deck. Again, another card that I think the stages are under. I don't know, when they're underwhelming when you see them as a preview, but I think these are going to be so essential to your deck when you're building. Next up is the Land of Wano, green stage, cost 1, and activate main. You may trash 1 Land of Wano type card from your hand and rest this stage. Set up to 1 of your Dawn cards as active. This one I think is less influential than the others, because I just don't see how the Land of Wano deck really uses or needs cards in the discard pile as of this moment. And that's kind of the challenge, is I'm not having a little bit of extra active Dawn is nice. I'm just not sure how relevant it is yet. And maybe this has to come into the fact of, like, maybe there's not enough counter cards with the Land of Wano cards. Maybe there's something else going on here that this is supposed to be fixing that I'm unaware of. If you guys know what this is doing, that's making this so relevant, let me know. All right, and then we have the Moby Dick. Red stage, cost 2, Whitebeard Pirates. Your turn. If you have 1 or less life cards, your Edward Newgate and all your characters with a type, including Whitebeard Pirates, gain plus 2,000 power. Trigger, play this card. The best thing about this card is it's so necessary. They are putting so much strength into the Whitebeard leader deck. I think they're really trying to push it hard and fast and brutal, and this is just what you're gonna need. You're gonna need this stage to come in, pump up all your characters, and make them just so difficult to deal with. It's great. The only downside is there's so many things to trigger this. My gosh. Like, you have so many hoops to jump through. So you gotta hope that nobody's killing off all your characters by the time you get this and get down to 1 life. If they're killing off your characters like they probably should be, to let you just kind of kill yourself, that's how you outlast this deck. However, if you are ignoring your opponent's characters coming out, they're gonna smash you in the face, and this is how they're gonna win. Right before you can do anything. It's a neat card. This is a neat card. It's very much a double-edged sword. It does nothing for the majority of the game, and then either it helps you win or it does almost nothing because of the fact that you have nothing left. All right, then we got some really cool alternate arts to talk about and show off. I'm just gonna go through these real quick and show them off so that you guys can enjoy them. I really like this cool Monkey D. Luffy that's from the film. He's super neat. We've got a cool looking Garp that they've already shown off. We've got this Buggy. So freaking cool. Then we've got Marco and Sadie. Let's talk about the leaders. Really excited to see that I was able to get 50% of the leaders with my prediction video. I should have known a little bit better that we'd probably be seeing Ivankov and Magellan. I was not thinking that we would be having the precursor to Paramount War happening at this exact time, but it makes perfect sense. Why wouldn't you? So those were 2 that I missed. I called Garp and Kinemon and Whitebeard. Nobody saw Sanji coming. Sanji was crazy. Same with Z. So those are the big 4 that I missed, and then obviously Smoker was one that I called. So that was pretty cool. There's lots more videos coming up right now, and don't forget, sail on.